It's like this, y'all.
Season 12, Episode 7, April 4th, 2021. Matt Alt Delete on the mic. What's good?
Hi, I'm just happy to be here, guys. Hi.
Yeah, you're just sort of like sitting in today. You're just
What?
that
I'm
bitch.
not here? I don't exist?
No, you're just
Is that what you're
sitting
trying
in.
to say?
This is you didn't even want to do the show today.
What?
You didn't even want to do the show today. Explain to the listeners.
Well, hi, listeners. Listen, today's just Sunday. I'm trying to chill and have fun day. So I'm sorry I didn't want to do the pot, but I know I have responsibilities.
You're the one that chose Sundays to do this.
Yes.
How did that happen?
Well, it's a perfect day. You know, I'm just not on every day, so today I was feeling a little off. You know, I had to go take a walk in the park.
Yeah, you went and ventured out into Lafayette without me. How was that?
I mean, you know, it was a good time. Everyone's out there having a good time, barbecuing. It's Easter Sunday.
Yeah, happy Easter, by the way. I'm sort of upset that my family did not throw me an Easter egg hunt, knowing that I'm down here and haven't been down in a while, and anyone that knows me knows I love walking around looking for eggs.
And putting them in your pink basket.
Well, yes. I mean, if I had known anyone was going to throw some sort of Easter egg hunt, I would have but at least ordered a custom Easter egg basket.
Yes, I mean, I do miss this sort of Easter traditions.
Do you, though?
No, I just miss eating with my family.
Yeah,
That's pretty much it.
I want some food, and I want the hunt. I want to go find some shit.
When I was younger, all my Easter egg hunts were inside apartments. So that's fun.
Damn, I didn't even think about that in New York.
Yeah.
That's not as fun.
I know. That's why I like the food part. That was the best part. Just give me the food. Give me the chocolate bunny.
Yeah, it's
and
really,
I'll be on my merry way.
It's all about the candy. And then when you get a little bit older, there's some money thrown into it. So, like, I don't know if I've said this story before, but when I was a kid, maybe, like, I was, like, 7 or 8. Isabel was, like, 5, my younger sister. And we were up in North Louisiana, and my grandparents had this huge, like, acres of land, okay? And so their house was up on this hill. And so they would go and, like, I mean, woods everywhere. It's just a house and, like, infinite pine trees everywhere. And wildlife. And just, like, it's literally out in the middle of nowhere. And so they would hide all these eggs. But then me and Isabel would, like, venture off too far. And it was so big of a vast, eggs with like leaves over the top of them. I mean, like, they really did a good job. And in the trees, like, you'd have to look up into the trees. Maybe they're hanging.
Oh, no.
And you'd have to, like, hit it down or something. And so they would have to tell us, like, oh, no, come back. It's not that far. Like, we would go running down the hill. It's like, no.
Yeah, you guys needed, like, a radius map of where to venture to.
Like, it should have been, like, a GPS kind of thing. Like, now I'm assuming all the eggs.
You're getting warmer.
Yeah.
You're getting colder.
That's the kind of thing it would be. So, Isabel, my retarded younger sister found all the money eggs. So there were all these
Ooh.
plastic eggs with money in them, and I got all the fucking like couple of Red Hots or
You love Red Hots.
yeah, I don't know. That's just the first thing that came to mind because obviously I do love Red Hots, but according to my dentist, that's probably not the best for my teeth. I just have to suck them and spit them out at this point. Disgusting. Anyway, so Isabel found all this money, right, in the eggs, and I became outraged, because all I was going to do with that money is, in fact, buy all the candy that I wanted. Because when you're 8, that's like really.
Your type of candy.
Yeah,
Like
exactly. Like,
licorice.
fuck all this Hershey Kiss and milk chocolate
What?
bunny ear nonsense. I want some Almond Joy. I want some Runts. I want some Mamba. You know?
You got grandpa tasting candy.
It's not like I'm eating butterscotch and Werther's Originals. I'm eating cutting edge Mamba. That's like the hipster Starburst.
Yeah,
And
but to be honest, I didn't know what a Mamba was until I met you.
well, then why do they sell them in New York if they're so niche?
I just never got them.
They're fucking amazing. They're made with real fruit juice. That's what they say on the package. I don't know.
All right.
Who's to know? Who's to trust anybody? Anyway.
So did you get any of this money?
I don't know. I think like my grandpa handed me $5 or something. Like,
Here, Jesse, stop crying.
That's the whole point of the story is that I got so heated up about it that I threw my entire Easter basket with all of what I collected down the hill and started crying, and I was like cursing, but like not actual curse
How
words.
old were you?
Like I said, like maybe 8.
Okay.
8. But it was just so infuriating that my dumb young sis got all this goddamn money, and I was like, what in the hell? This is not just. And I felt like they were like, Isabel, I don't know, maybe you should go look up there. Like they were like pushing her towards.
She is younger than you are.
Yeah, well, I'm a very competitive person. And at that point, I felt attacked, and I identified as being upset.
Right. Okay.
Interesting.
And then you never did it again.
No. I'm sure I did more because I like the thrill of it. I always thought, all right, I can do this. I can spot things. Because I'm tall. I can see up in the trees. Anyway, fuck Easter. I'm just gonna say, we have Bitties of the week, and I don't know. I'm gonna let you go first.
Who my Bittie of the week is?
Who is your Bittie of the week?
Well, now that I'm thinking about it, I have 2. But my original Bittie of the week was myself. I have to shout myself out for this. Own it, baby, own it. Just because I was just being a jerk and I said, I don't want to do the podcast.
Oh, okay.
And then I did it.
You get a Bittie pass.
So then I get a Bittie pass because I'm doing it. I'm here. It's real life right now.
I mean, it is weird that you're doing it from the other room, but the connection is good enough
I'm glad you can hear me.
Yeah, so, yeah, you get a Bittie pass.
Also, my second Bittie is another person from the bar where we like to play pool at.
Oh shit! Yeah, it happened again. Wow.
So I'm telling you, Jesse. I already mentioned this. I don't know if I want to go back.
Yeah.
There is just always some rando just being a rando.
Well, tell him what he was doing.
All right. Well, I don't know if you caught this. When he first came into the area where the pool table is, which is isolated from the bar, it's off on the side and there's very little traffic. He came in and was like, I'm next. And he was holding a large cup of like cappuccino or like a
Right.
tea or something.
Yeah, it was a big
And
frothy
he
cappuccino.
walked in and he was spilling it all over the place. Like he didn't even know he was spilling it. He was just like walking like he was holding a book or something. Like I don't know. Like he just did not know that he was carrying a cappuccino. So that was like, red flag for me, right? This guy is like unaware he's spilling his cappuccino on the floor.
Yeah, then he immediately bonded with Bo because both of them were being retarded. My buddy Bo was with us, and yeah, he was like Bo was the only one that responded to him,
Right.
right?
Yes, he was the only one interacting with
Bo
him.
opened up and started like having like a full on Discord.
Like, hey man, yeah.
Yeah. So this guy gets into our pool game and it's doubles, and so
he racks it.
yeah. Oh no. This is what happened. Bo racked. Oh yeah, he racks it wrong for sure. And Bo's telling him like, "Oh, this is where the 8 ball goes." He's like, "Nah." And Bo's like, "No, you put it like right here." And he's like, "Nah." And he's like, "Okay." And then so it goes downhill from there. Basically, the guy is just a fucking insane person.
Cuckoo Kaka Insano.
Like Bo, he breaks.
Right.
And then it's not a good enough break, so the guy's like, "Nope, let's re-rack it.
Right.
And then Bio's like, "All right, fine, you break." He breaks and he hits the scratch in.
Yeah, he hits the cue ball
Right.
in the hole. And then he's like, no, let's
Let's
start
do it
again.
This dude was a fucking
So then you hit it.
And I got it in.
And you also scratched
I
as
scratched
well.
too.
And then he was like, no, we gotta start all over again. And then I was just like, I'm done with this game right now.
Yeah. So, maybe not the best bar to go to, but it has a pool table and it's literally, how many minutes would you say that walk is?
Less than 5.
I would say less than 4.
Wow. Okay. 4.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was just a strange guy. He was complaining about how the bar would not serve him alcohol, which was a second red flag for me because I'm like, well, clearly this guy looks old enough.
Yeah.
So what is the situation?
We don't get our IDs checked whenever we order anything.
No. Then. So I said that he was on the run or he was like wanted by the FBI or something.
Jesus. Don't make him that important. But yeah, he was definitely
and he was
a psycho.
being like secretive. He didn't want to say his name.
Right, he was like telling stories or some shit. And
my grandma said, "Jacob, you mother," whatever he said.
Guy was a mess. He left his quarters on the table though, and I took them.
And then we left.
Yeah. So technically, I stole from a fugitive
person.
Yeah, that too. So my Bittie of the week, I'll have to say, referencing my buddy Bio. God damn, man, terrible house guest. You suck, bro. I mean, I know he's not listening to this, but he would admit to it. Let's be honest.
Yes.
The first time he came here,
he owns it.
He like broke
everything.
Yeah. First time I'm back in Lafayette, Louisiana, my hometown. He comes over and just breaks a bunch of shit. Recently, breaks other shit, eats all our food, drinks all my beer, and then leaves a mess. But
I say never again.
Yeah, you're banned, Bio. You're banned. Unless it's like a hotel fee. Because there was a lot of cleaning up that I had to do, and there was a lot of, merchandise from our kitchen gone. So, let's just say, it's like a, come hang out. Obviously, I want to see you. I love you, bro.
Yeah, how about a maintenance fee?
But yeah, it's just like you have to, put down a down payment. And let's say you don't eat anything.
And you don't break anything.
You get your money back.
That money back.
Interesting, but...
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah. Gotta have a down payment, bro.
You're a liability.
Bittie of the week.
Definitely a liability.
All right, what you got? Anything?
Yeah. Well, let's start with an update from a story that you told us about. Do you remember that story about the coins? The guy that was given pennies
Oh yeah. So
was paid in
he
pennies,
was a
basically.
mechanic, and there was some unceremonious exit from his job, but they still owed him this money. Come to think of it, he probably left because they weren't paying him on time. If they owed him $913, I believe it was.
Yeah, I think it was 915 or yeah,
It was,
whatever.
yeah, $900. You know,
About
maybe some
900.
back payments that obviously if they paid him, they really did owe it to him. Like it's not like it was a false claim where he's like, y'all know owe me $900, and they're like,
Yeah.
no, we don't, but here's what we'll do.
Yeah, but they were very petty about it and gave him his payment in pennies. So the update I have is, do you know what Coinstar is?
Oh, I'm familiar. I used to, and still am, bro.
So you take your coins to the machine, they have it at the supermarket. I don't know.
Dump that shit in,
Dump it in,
get a little coupon, go give it to the cashier.
get your cash. So Coinstar decided to help this guy. They gave him $1,000, which is
Oh shit!
more than he received, basically.
Right.
They gave him $1,000. They took his pennies. They said they're gonna clean it up before they put it back into circulation.
Smart.
And they said they were happy to help this guy
That's
because we know how to deal with coins.
Yeah, that's a feel good story.
Yeah, I'm glad this is a Bittie update.
I like
nice update.
I like it.
A good update.
You know, you hear about a lot of these things like a kid gets bullied and then like a high school cheerleader takes him to prom. Like all these like things where if it gets out there enough, like I don't know, I'm trying to think somebody else like needed like legal fees, not legal fees. I don't know, something.
Like the Gorilla Glue lady.
Yeah, she ended up getting free surgery.
Herself on the internet, and everyone was like feeling bad about it.
If anything bad ever happens to me, you motherfuckers better blow it up, make a Instagram meme, Twitter post about it, and I want like Oprah to be like, Jesse, you're getting a kidney. You know, something like that.
You don't like Oprah though.
I don't not like her.
Wow, okay. Moving on. Let's just keep it like light and breezy right now.
Light? Oh no, I was about to get dark, but okay.
Well, this is kind of dark, but for us, it's a little light.
Mm-hmm.
It's just sad. A Texas dog who has spent 419 days in the shelter was adopted only to be returned a day later.
Damn, dog. Damn, dog, what did you do?
Apparently, according to the people who adopted this dog, it was too much work.
That's a lame excuse.
Now, just look at this dog, Jesse.
Let me describe it to you.
This dog.
Just the cutest little. It looks like a little beagle or some shit.
I think it's a German Shepherd mix with something.
Yeah, he looks really cute. You know, that long snout. He's got the little gray hairs around his mouth. Pink nose.
Apparently, he, I guess he suffered some trauma. Maybe he's just still not used to being around a lot of people.
Yeah, don't get a rescue if you can't do it.
Exactly. You're going to put in the work for the rescue. It's so fucked up. So I feel really bad for this dog. I would totally adopt this dog if I liked dogs.
That was on a major news network? How did you even find that story?
On Apple News.
Fucking Apple News.
It was a little pop-up I got.
You know, the United States is out of problems whenever there are stories like that popping up on your news feed.
Hey, I thought it was interesting.
I think it is adorable.
Well, it's fucked up because
he gets to go back to a shelter where he's treated better.
He gets to go right back to that shelter.
He gets to go back to that shelter where he's treated better than a great percentage of the entire globe.
And all the Humane Society could say, well, I'm glad that the former owners returned him to us. Which is good, yes.
Yeah, it's not like they went out back and shot him in the head.
They let him run free.
Old Yeller style. Just
drove him up to the mountains and just left him there.
Yeah. Good luck, bro. You suck.
Good luck finding your way home.
Damn. All right, well, I got some news.
Oh, okay.
Some real news.
Some deep news.
Did you know that April Fool's happened a mere few days ago?
Yeah, I was aware.
Were you on alert the day before, just in case?
No. I honestly didn't even think about it.
Okay, so yeah.
Until like after the fact, and I was like, oh, it's April 1st, April Fool's.
It's been so long since anything's been lighthearted enough to partake in April Fools.
Yeah, like, what the fuck are we fooling? It's like, oh, what?
That would have been funny.
We're getting a divorce?
If, you're right. Like, what would ours would just be something like...
We're pregnant!
Right.
No, we're not.
Yeah. Like, I post a picture of myself alone, like, sulking. And then, like, the caption's like, it's really hard for me to do this, but it's like, time to move on.
It starts off, the caption's like, long post.
Right. And it's just like this fucking 3-paragraph.
Please read more. Yeah. Yeah, what did you hear any major stories about April Fools? Ha ha ha.
I mean, the only one that I heard was about Michael Strahan.
Oh, yeah, right.
But that motherfucker did it 3 days before, so that's a preemptive April Fool's. I don't even think that counts.
I think it counts because he was setting the tone. He was setting the mood.
So 3 days before, he's like, I'm filling my gap in. And he, like, posts a picture of his gap. It's all filled in. And then on April Fool's, he says it's a joke. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Although, I think Anthony Davis did this as well.
Oh, yeah? He did? What?
With
what,
the
his
eyebrow.
unibrow?
Yeah, he made it look like he had shaved it. And then he was like, nah, I'm rocking this forever or whatever. Like, those are cop-outs. Because at this point, I could find a filter on goddamn Snapchat and be like, decided to get hair plugs. And just have like a fucking afro. And then I'll get canceled for a cultural appropriation.
Yeah, just because your hair is not afro texture.
How dare you? If I wanted to, you know, I could buy an afro. I know you thought where I was going there.
Oh,
no.
yeah.
All right, let's see. Oh, wow. We haven't talked about this fucking douchebag in a while. But it's worth mentioning.
No, who? What?
Oh, Mr. Donald Trump.
You know what? I purposely avoid putting those stories.
Yeah, well, me too. But this is more about his supporters, okay? Especially the ones who donated to him.
Losers.
Okay, so those supporters of Donald Trump who thought they were sending a single donation were actually charged over and over by his campaign operation.
Is this a repeating charge?
That's the point. He was getting away with... Okay, so the fine print disclaimer and opt-out language became increasingly hard to find whenever people were realizing that they were being charged over and over. You know, they thought they were just giving like a one-time little boost to his campaign fund. And then all of a sudden...
Was this for his last campaign?
No, this is the one...
now?
This is the one because of the... it was his last-ditch effort whenever he realized, I'm going to be broke after this. It was his last-ditch effort to prove that he had actually won the election. So all these people were like, yeah, let's get this guy back in there. We'll
Isn't
donate.
that like fraud
Oh,
or
yeah.
something? Like, couldn't
Oh,
you
yeah.
be charged with fraud, sir?
Yeah, he did this after the election under the guise of pursuing his unfounded claims of election fraud. Yeah, so, yeah, they were set up by default. And now he's probably going to come into court and be like, I didn't know anything about it. You have to ask this guy. He's going to throw another guy under the bus.
How many people can he throw under a bus? Like, you can't start something and just claim that you don't know it and your name is on it.
I put the smartest people out there in charge of it.
You look like an idiot.
I'm not an idiot. You're an idiot.
Well, can I speaking of fraudulent charges?
Who are you? What is your name?
Can I speak on my girl?
Who is your girl?
My girl from Salt Lake City.
Oh, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, everyone. Please tune in every what? Oh, it's off the air right now, right? They're taking a break.
They're filming right now.
Oh, they're filming.
They're filming.
Oh, that's
as
right.
we
That's
speak
right.
Right
Okay,
now.
okay. Juice. This is
actually very serious. Reality TV news. I think this is the most salacious news
extra.
ever. Seriously, this is the craziest story to ever come out of the Housewife franchise. My ladies, all of them. This is crazy. So, Jen Shah, who is a star of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, believe it or not, was arrested and is being charged for this massive fraud. Do it. And money laundering scheme, along with her assistant. And she can face up to 30 years in federal prison.
Yeah, that usually means like 12.
What? Imagine? Woo!
Yeah, and that's my favorite part of the story is that they're filming right now.
So, this is the real tea. So they were filming, this is how she got arrested. They were filming their show, about to go to Colorado, to go to Vail, Colorado. And on the way, I guess, to the airport, Jen received a phone call. She was tipped off that the feds were looking for her ass. She told production, I gotta go. My husband's in the hospital. She left. Minutes later, the feds show up to where they were filming and was questioning all the ladies. They questioned the ladies on the show. Woo! It's crazy. They ended up finding her. She was arrested. Her mugshot, I'm assuming, is just going to be with those fake, fraudulent braids that she had in her hair. No, thank you, lady.
Those eyelashes.
Yeah, so basically she was selling people's information, old people's information, to fraudulent companies, to telemarketers.
That's some dirty shit.
Nasty, low down, dirty Bittie.
Yeah.
So I cannot wait I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm not happy. Obviously, this is terrible. This is terrible. But you knew it. I felt it. There was something off about that chick.
She's a shady
So I don't
lady.
feel so bad about it.
And
she was weird.
Her husband's a special teams coordinator for the Utah Utes.
I think so.
And he carries himself like he's a Super Bowl winning champion. Right? He's like, oh, I gotta travel.
Apparently,
don't touch me.
Apparently, those coaches make a lot of money.
Oh yeah, I mean it's.
I don't think it was
definitely.
It wasn't the money that was supporting the lifestyle that she had, but they do make decent money.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not shitting on the money. I'm shitting on the guy and his attitude. He's sort of a douchebag too.
No, I like him.
The guy?
Yeah.
Oh come on. Any guy that
Justice
would be with
for Coach Shaw.
Anybody that would be with that woman is suspect.
Right.
Let's
So
be
now the
honest.
real question is, does her husband know about what she was doing?
Okay, so then, yeah.
That is the real question.
Well, we got to get our team on it. We got to find out before. I would imagine this is not going to air until December of this year.
Yeah, whenever Salt Lake City first came on, I
It
don't
was
know
like
when.
right before we were moving down here.
Yeah, so
Maybe
like
November.
the fall, whatever.
Interesting.
Anyways.
Well, speaking of sports, let's see here.
Speaking of coaches.
March Madness, you saw some crazy shit last night. You actually got to see one of the greatest plays in college basketball history.
I saw you turn into a meme right before my eyes. You like fell back, like you were very dramatic, like, oh my god, I can't believe this happened.
Okay, so the only reason is because, first of all, yes, I have Gonzaga winning the entire thing in my bracket that I don't have any money on, so it ultimately doesn't matter. But still, as a
you know, as competitive as you are, you already said it.
Okay.
You're very competitive about the Easter eggs, competitive about no money madness.
I can't help myself. I can't help it. Anyway, your boy, Mr. Ruggs, I believe his name is, hits a long ass 3-pointer. Well, first of all, okay, you describe it because I want to see what you remember about how the guy put it back. And
all right, so like this was the end of overtime. UCLA had the ball. They did a layup and they missed it, and then they shot it again.
yeah, the guy got his own rebound, put it back up.
Put it back up, and then there was like
3 seconds.
There was no time basically. Gonzaga got the ball, and like that guy Lugs shot it up, and like from what I remember, he looked like he wasn't even looking at his shot. Like he just like walked off and like kind of knew that he made it.
Right.
But then we did see that he was looking at it, so whatever. Good for him.
But
either
the
way.
main point was, I feel like UCLA was so relieved that
right, like
that
everyone
boy
was
made
so,
that.
yeah,
they tied it. Okay, we tied it back up.
Right, it was supposed to be double overtime, basically.
And then they just sort of let dude run right down the court.
Like they didn't even like try to like stop him or anything. They were just like, "Oh yeah, we're going into double." Ah.
And yeah, and it kind of was like Gonzaga caught UCLA with their pants down. You know, just like, oh shit.
I really love seeing the reaction videos.
Oh, did you see that lady?
Amazing. Yes, the lady.
The lady in the bar, she's just
like
they're all cheering, and
shook.
she's doing like the TikTok, like looking around the room, and then all of a sudden it pans back, or it's like right back to her, and the ball has just gone in, and she's like looking at the TV and then looking at her phone, like, am I alive right now? What's going on? Like, really?
Yeah. So that was very epic. I mean, I was rooting for UCLA though. I always root for the underdog.
Yeah. Usually I do too, but in this instance I just
had to. It was so close for you guys.
Okay, you remember when we were starting to fill out our brackets and there's the playoff or the play-in game? So those are like the teams that aren't even in the tournament yet. They have to win just to get into the tournament. UCLA was one of those teams. Like, that would have been fucking crazy.
Yes.
And, you know...
I mean, but I think it is crazy that they got this far, so...
Yeah.
Good for them.
Shout out Reggie Miller's alma mater.
Alma mater.
So, this is a weird one. Speaking of March Madness. After Oregon State got eliminated from the tournament, they were immediately asked to leave the hotel and board the first flight. The NCAA was just like, all right, y'all are out, so this is your last night at the hotel. You'll have to leave by 11. And there's a flight at 3, so y'all go do that. That was some
What is the reasoning?
The NCAA didn't want to pay another night for them to stay in the
The
hotel.
NCAA is some bullshit.
Oh yeah,
They are just bullshit.
I'm glad you agree.
I
There's some
do not
shadesters.
agree with them at all. They just like don't care. These are kids, you know. These are your kids.
These are student athletes.
God damn it.
And they don't get any money from us. They get a free education, and that's that. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're paying for your education. Get the fuck out of here. That's what they're doing to these kids?
Well, they're in court right now discussing whether or not athletes or student athletes should be paid. So this is an ongoing thing. It's been going on for a while, and it's just like a sticky situation because...
I think they should get paid like a minimum wage job.
Right. That's something that's been proposed.
Because, hey, you know, when you're in college, you're in college. Most people have a job. You know, just to get by, just to have money, just to like do shit.
Right.
So, you know, why wouldn't they pay them that?
Here's the argument to that, which would be, should the starting quarterback at UL Lafayette, right down the road, get paid the same amount as Trevor Lawrence, who just won the national title? Or no, Justin Fields won the national title. But still, an Ohio State or a Clemson or an LSU, should they both make the exact same amount of money? Also, should the people on the swim team make as much as the football players? Like, if you want to make it equal, really? So everyone makes $15 an hour. Even though you're on ESPN, you're bringing in all this much more revenue than the track and field team or etc., the golf team.
Well, listen, I feel like college sports is basically a full-time job. It really is. We're waking up very early, doing your workouts, getting your practices in, doing practice later in the day.
Right,
I mean,
but one sport is bringing in a giant piece of the pie, and another sport is just bringing in like a sliver.
Well, I think it has to be about how much time you use up for practices and workouts and whatnot. I mean, if they're all practicing the same amount of time, I don't see why not. It doesn't matter if, this sport is more relevant or more popular than the other sports. Well, if that's the case, then why am I working out in the morning and at night?
Right, but one has a lot more pressure on it than the other, and it's bringing in a lot more revenue. So are you saying football players should have to technically pay out all the other various sports in the school?
Well, I don't think it will be the football paying out the other sports.
The football and basketball make up the...
So where's that money going to?
It's going to the school, not to the students.
Well, then
it's going to the facilities.
If it's going to the school, then it should be distributed to students equally. Then.
All right. So then, that creates another problem. See, this is why it takes so long for them to decide on anything, because there's always something that can be brought up. Like now, certain schools will have a monopoly on players, and then it'll just, it turns into a big mess. It's like, well, I'm only going to go to Clemson because they pay athletes equally, and this other school doesn't make any money, so I'll only get $6 an hour there. I don't know. It gets fishy. It should be, in my opinion, it should be broken up by whatever revenue your sport brings in, you divide that equally as you see fit. So let's say, the swimming team, how much did they bring in? Okay, well, there's this much allotted to all of our swimmers, and this is how much they're going to get paid. Now, it's better than nothing. They're also on scholarship, I would assume, so they are getting a free education, but at least kick them back something. And it shouldn't even be that tedious. They really should have a minimum that all student athletes make. I would say that for sure.
I think so too.
But whenever you have megastars like Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields and all
And it
these
doesn't matter if you're a megastar. You're still in college. Wait till
right.
you get to the pros. Then
But
fine.
yeah, but there are injuries that happen, especially in a sport like football where yeah, you could have been the number one pick in the NFL, made millions of dollars, and had a lucrative career, but you blew out your knee in a meaningless college football game in which you weren't getting paid at all. So it's like again, I'm not on either side. I think I would let other smart people figure this out, but it's just taken so long for them to figure it out that at this point it needs to be rectified and just do something. And then
Give us the money.
yeah, I would say
Give the kids the
I would
money.
definitely lean on the side of let's pay these people. Come on. What the fuck? If you want people to stay at your college, you want to benefit off of their jersey sales, even though they don't have their names on the back of them, you're pimping out these athletes to a certain extent. Just pay everybody. Come on.
A little bonus at the end of the season, I guess.
Just
right?
a bunch of rich white dudes.
Give me my end of season
everything.
bonus. Bonus if you get to the March Madness. Or bonus if you get to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Bonus if you get to the finals or whatever in your sport. Yes, that should absolutely be recognized.
I like that idea actually. That's perfect. Because there's no finals in swimming.
Right.
So it kind of like it fixes itself. It's like, oh, well there's no well, I guess like with like I don't know, I've seen some lacrosse games on ESPN.
Yeah, here and there.
Yeah. So whatever y'all made from that, yeah, you get a bonus. Okay, cool. Let's see. Last thing from sports. The Utah Jazz, NBA basketball team, if you hadn't heard of them, ironically named the Utah Jazz. Their team jet hit a flock of birds. There was an engine fire and engine failure. For about 5 to 10 minutes, they said it was chaos. They felt helplessness. It felt like the plane was breaking apart.
All the guys were on that plane?
Yeah.
Woo!
And ultimately, they were able to land. But imagine.
Dramatic.
I'm surprised, and this is going to sound dark, but I'm surprised this kind of thing doesn't happen more often. Where, just like an entire franchise goes down.
You remember that movie?
Yeah,
With
the Marshall, I think it was a basketball team.
No, that movie where some South American soccer team, their plane crashed in the Andes Mountain.
And most of them survived and they started eating each other.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's international travel. I understand that. But when you think about how many teams in the NBA are flying, on a nightly basis, there are at least 12 teams in the air at all times.
All together.
Right. All right, Dallas, you just played a home game. Now you have to fly to Portland.
What about, separate planes?
Oh, so, yeah.
Like the Royals do? It's like, oh, no, we cannot fly together just in case something happens. You're going on one plane. I'm going on another plane, and I'll see you there.
Right, so for the Indiana Pacers' sake, it would be like Malcolm Brogdon would be in one plane.
No, I'm not saying the top.
Sabonis would be in another plane.
Yeah, just
Karis LeVert would be in another plane. TJ Warren, stay home. Interesting. Or,
I don't think it's a terrible idea.
Or with football, it's like, all right, Aaron Rodgers, you're in this one. Aaron Jones, you're in this one.
No, Aaron Rodgers, you're taking a train. No
Aaron
planes
Rodgers,
for you, sir.
You have to teleport to the game. I'm sorry, I know it sounds controversial. Just be
We can't take the risk.
Yeah,
we cannot take that risk, sir.
All right, you got anything else? I have one more thing.
Yeah, I have an interesting story about a guy who just wanted to take a vacation. Same, I get it. A man from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, got arrested at Disney World because he didn't want to comply with the COVID rules and regulations at the park, which I think they just take your temperature
Oh,
and
wow.
then you're on your way.
Damn, that's not the Baton Rouge mail that I know. That's not. That doesn't sound like a Louisiana man.
So this guy, while he was getting arrested, this guy was claiming that he can't be arrested because he spent $51,000 on this vacation.
Wow.
And he was quoted as saying, COVID is a very serious thing, but so is my vacation with my family.
Wow.
End quote.
No, I agree. You know, good for him.
I need to get my full Disney World experience without being tested and regulated for COVID.
See, now I will say this guy is a retarded person, but
Retarded.
retarded. My thing is, I'm retarded too, so I can say that. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I'm actually retarded. My thing would be if I was going to something like, let's say, the Packers game. Yeah? Like, oh my God, I'm going up to Lambeau Field. Lambeau Field for the first time. And I've already paid, how much did he pay?
51,000.
51. I was thinking 15,000. $51,000. And I'm going to blow it all. Like, sir, you have to get your temperature checked. Otherwise, you can't get into the hallowed field of Lambeau. And I then refuse to take a temperature test. That's just where they put the little red dot on your forehead, right?
Yep.
Not even like a suppository in your ass or a dildo up your nose. Just a simple temperature test. At that point, if I refused, I'm not really a big fan of Disneyland, am I? Or my family's vacation. What
Right.
the fuck? Like, you gotta make some key decisions.
I'm sorry. I will update. It was not 51,000. It was 15,000. I'm sorry.
Okay, I was about
I guess
to say.
I'm dyslexic now.
No, that's okay. I thought it was a little high, but
it was a little high, right?
I don't know what they do here at Disneyland. You know, I've never been there.
And he also said that Disney World is like the Nazis.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hitler.
Which is, I thought that Walt Disney was anti-Semitic, so doesn't
Absolutely.
that make sense?
Absolutely. And yet, Disney TV is doing just fine.
Disney Plus.
Oh. Well, speaking of COVID, last thing here, my buddy, my hero, I would say, Mr. Adam Carolla had a tweet. Why wear a mask outdoors with no outdoor spread? Now, you and I share this sentiment, yes?
It depends on where outdoor and what outdoor, but yes.
Okay, so even when we were in New York, we walked around in Manhattan without a mask. When we went to that pizza place.
No, I thought I had a mask on.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe I took it down. Either way, I really subscribe to this. Don't wear it outdoors. It's kind of unnecessary.
Yeah.
Throw it on when you go inside. I mean, okay, how about this? Whenever we were at your family's gatherings outdoors, as soon as I got there, I was wearing it, and then immediately it came down.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, you're outdoors. There's a heavy breeze. It's fine. It's all about the viral load. It's all good.
Yeah.
All right, so here are some of the comments from the Adam Carolla post. Why wear a mask at all? either because you're very old, very unhealthy, or because you're a weak-minded, fearful weakling. Aggressive. I had such a hard time breathing with my triple mask and visor the other day. I told my wife how hard it was to breathe. She suggested I stop wearing masks while doing laps in the pool. Got a jokester here. All right.
Okay.
I live in the country. My neighbor's 16-year-old son wears a mask outside. Jeez. See, now that's what I'm talking about. People wearing them in their car while they're alone. Why wear a mask in your car with windows rolled up and air passing through your cabin filter? Okay, so. Have we gotten too lax about COVID? Yes or no?
Who, we or we as a nation?
No, me and you.
Have we gotten too lax?
Do you remember how paranoid I used to be about it?
Yeah.
Have I gone too far the other way? You know, having people
Yeah, like once you
over?
got to Louisiana, you're just like, it's nothing. I'm like, okay, well, we were also in Brooklyn, and I was working.
Right, but how many people do we see on, let's say, a weekly basis? How many people are we in contact with?
Well, we're pretty much isolated, I will say that.
And the only people that we are in contact with, we know most of them are vaccinated.
Supposedly.
Oh, you don't trust gags?
Supposedly.
Interesting. Yeah, so, I don't know. What I do know, I'm not getting that vaccine anytime soon.
You just don't know what you want.
I either want it or anything. I don't. If they showed up,
like, I don't know.
If they knocked on the door right now and they were like, "We got the Jackson & Jackson," I'd stick it in. Let's do it. All right, it's over. If I die, I die. I just don't like thinking about it, and yet I can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah, because it's on everybody's mind.
Keeps turning around in my head. And you seem like an asshole if you're like, I don't know about it. But also, I don't know.
It's a tough decision. You have to make it eventually.
Yeah, if you want to fly anywhere.
Yeah, if you want to do anything. If you want to be a part of society. So just think about that.
Yeah, we'll just move to Florida.
If you don't want to be labeled as a leper. Yeah. Oh, I'm not moving to Florida. Fuck that. You're by yourself, sir.
Going to Key West.
Adios. Oh, I do want to go to Key West. Actually.
Okay.
So, I want to go to the Hemingway house with all the cats.
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
Yeah, cats, Hemingway.
No vaccine necessary.
Yeah.
The cats are the vaccine. Don't you know? If you have a cat, you don't have COVID.
Oh, I wish that was a thing. We have 2 cats. One for each of us.
We have ultimate immunity from COVID. Cats are better than bats. Alright, I have to go.
Alrighty. It's been real. Thank you for listening. Catch us back next Sunday. Right here. At Bless the Bitties.
Bless you, Bittie.